9th, Easter Sunday. It is 6 a.m. on the money. Long Beach High Performance Swap Meet is just opening the gates. We're here. Wasn't planning on coming. I don't necessarily need anything, but why not? It's here. I was awake, so I shot over here. Very recently, Matt over at Iron Trap Garage did a video about how he goes about doing swap meets. So we're gonna go ahead and try to apply some of his things, and we're gonna give a couple of examples or maybe alterations, variations of what he had to say on his swap meet runs. So the first thing that he said was arrive early. Early bird gets the worm. We're here at 6 a.m. The doors open. We actually got here at 5:30. Doors don't open till 6. One of the other things that he said was bring it cash. I cannot agree with him more on that one. You would think that being 2023 post COVID that everybody would have Zelle or Cash App or something, but most of the guys that do this type of stuff are cash only. That's all that they want is cash only. Even your guys who sell on eBay come here to sell on cash because they don't want to do PayPal. Another thing that he said was have a truck. So we brought the mule. We got our 8-foot bed that is big enough to fit a cab of a Model A. If we drop the tailgate down, the Model A body fits right in between. Well, we don't even need to tailgate up and put a Model A, but a 32, we need to have to drop the tailgate, fit 32 in there. He also said, bring a wagon. This is what I do. I bring the little red wagon. My tires are flat actually, so I can't put anything really heavy in it. Another thing that I always bring is an old tire. Why do I bring an old tire? Well, if I pick up an engine, I just put it in that old tire. And then another thing that I do that he didn't mention is I bring tie-down straps. Look at that, little red tie-down straps. And that's what we do. Sometimes you need to hold it down. All right, we're gonna go over some of his other suggestions and as we go about our day. Everybody saw the little early bird video. That line goes all the way to the back. Alright, here we are, we're inside. The lug nut king over here. Got our fire extinguishers. Thing about transporting this stuff. So I see people walk around with hand carts, wheelbarrows, messenger bags. Another thing about showing up early like this is a lot of times guys don't have their stuff out, especially here at Long Beach. They open the gates for vendors at 5, and then they open the gates for purchasers at 6. So you end up with a lot of guys that don't have everything set up. They came in a little bit late. My best deal here at Long Beach actually is to show up right around noon. And then you get these guys that got the stuff that didn't sell and they don't want to take it home and they end up giving you a good deal on it. Might not be exactly what you want, but it was cheap. Done that several times here. The other thing about swap meets is you get things that aren't necessarily auto parts. These Hot Wheels are really popular. Bicycle parts are really popular. I show up to the swap meets personally. I'm not trying to get vintage glass, although when I sell a swap meet, sometimes I sell vintage glass because, well, it moves. It'll pay for your price of admission. I'm trying to get the stuff that you don't see on eBay. I'm trying to get that stuff that you can't buy on Amazon. And if it is relatively common stuff that you can find on eBay or Amazon, the reason why I buy it from here, well, A, is because it's local vendors, and B, typically it's at a lower price. This is the guy that has 5 of these in his garage. He's just trying to make some space for his next purchase so he can buy 5 more of something else he doesn't need. Had good luck at buying tools from the swap meet. One of the tricks that I like to do, as soon as I come in, I walk all the way to the back, all the way to the end row, and then work my way back to the parking lot. And sometimes pays off.
Some of the stuff I see people bring, I got all kind of those, man, hubcaps, all kind of stuff.
It being Easter Sunday, I was expecting a lot of vacancies, and there are, but there are some, not as many as I was expecting. Rusted, old, clapped out, body cut up. I love it. I don't care. 2-door Brookwood. This is. Look at those flat fins. That's cool. I dig it. I love these 2-door wagons. What's your back seat out of?
65 to 69 Mustang Fastback.
The fastback one.
Yeah.
It's not the convertible.
No, the convertible.
Here's the car corral. This is the very beginning of the car corral. So we had previously talked about how Iron Trap had said some things about their professional tips on swap meet shopping. One of the tips that we at the Pit Stop Ranch talk about is using the car corral to get in early. Oftentimes at Pomona, for example, they allow 2 people to get in, and the price of admission plus the price of parking is actually more than what it costs for you and your buddy to get in if you go into the car corral. So it is less expensive, and if you use the car corral, you could actually show up to Pomona on Saturday Now, the thing about showing up on Saturday at Pomona is that only vendors get in on Saturday. So, what ends up happening is that the vendors give you vendor pricing, which is discounted from what they would do to retail. So you get really good deals if you show up on Saturday at Pomona. This is Long Beach. This is, as a seller, this is probably, of the swap meets that I've sold at, Long Beach was my least favorite. They only give you like an hour ahead of time to get in early. You don't get to do none of that really wheeling and dealing. And there's this long line to get in. So you basically got to get here at 3:30 so you can get in at 5. It's kind of, as far as selling is concerned, Long Beach is my personal least favorite. Because, I mean, I haven't sold here often, but there are a few experiences were pretty much the same. Much better luck at Pomona. And even at Pomona, when I sell at Pomona, the things that sell aren't actually car parts. It's little 50s vintage knickknacks and Hot Wheels and things like that that I don't actually intend on bringing, but I saw other people bringing, so I brought some, and that's where I made my entrance fee back. He's got in the bed. Oh, there's any tuck work. Looks really good. It's a pretty significant drop with no cutting in the bed that I can tell. Maybe it's lifted up a little bit. It looks pretty stock. So gentlemen like this, they get their 1968 to 72 or their mid-50s pickup trucks, and then they drive them into the car corral. And here in Long Beach, the really only benefit of driving into the car corral, if you're not trying to sell your car, is to get your truck in so that you don't have to haul your stuff so far away. You're right in the middle of the action. These are actually employee cars. Although that Honda Element, that's what the kids are all hyped up about nowadays. They love that Honda Element. I don't know why, but it's like the mini truck of the modern day. They really, the kids love them. Probably my favorite shade of blue on this.
Wait till the sun comes out.
Oh, it's gonna shine, huh?
Yeah,
It's just
you
gonna
know,
glisten.
The,
oh, you put the
Toyota.
LS in there?
Yeah, Toyota color.
That is. Oh, that's not the vintage blue.
It's kind of, but it's the old Toyota. Well, Prius. It's only been out a couple of years. And
Oh, okay.
Chevy's coming out with it.
Oh, I thought this was the what do they call that? The
Laguna blue.
Yeah, Laguna blue.
Yeah. It's kind of like it, but this has a lot of metallic to it.
So it gives more pop, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
It really looks.
Yeah, I dig that, using the modern colors to replicate the, you know. Here we go. I've seen this guy before. He comes here often. This Dodge, though, this Dodge Brothers pickup truck, I think that's new to me. I dig it. It's really vintage. We got another C10. These guys are ultra popular.
See this?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, old GM blue, what I call it. 'Cause I had a 56, that it was that color.
This is a K5? C5? I don't know. Looks like a Blazer. That's a custom. They took the bed and then they put a Blazer top on. I can still see the weld marks. Pretty good. Maybe clean it up a little bit, but C10 Cheyenne. '36 Chevy.
Yeah, you'll probably be able to find that up here. We're still flipping it in. Like, I think everyone's just like, Sunday slow.
Look at this Toyota coming in.
I'll be running CPM. I'll be walking around.
Old F1.
Sorry, dude, that sucks. Hopefully nothing. Okay, yeah.
Drop top. Deluxe Chevrolet. Rust bucket. 3-window rust bucket. I don't know. Oh, I'm so tired of Teslas. So tired of the Teslas. Showing off a little suspension action on the Riviera. I dig it. I like it. '58 Chevy. That's not Impala. It's a pretty good showing for considering it's Easter. I think I've seen this guy before. Got a big lift on it. Couple of V-dub buses rolling in. Super sport action. Square body. Got a couple of Fox bodies right here. 5.0 drop top. 93, okay. 88. Says on the license plate. I don't know. These guys ain't got stuff. Man, I wish I had those seats. Says it's a 68 in the window. It's international from a distance. I thought this was an F1. F1 with a split window? Nope, it's international. Little split window. So probably creates a blind spot when you're looking out the mirror, but you know what? Looks cool. Galaxy 500. Colorado or something. GMC Canyon, kind of done up, look like a. Look at 30K. 35 for the caddy. 58. Like your keg.
Good morning, thank you.
Is that your cooler or is that a gas tank?
No, it's actually a functional cake.
Is it?
Only on Saturdays though.
Only on Saturdays, huh? That's some new.
I got the original.
Little hydraulics on the S10.
Yeah, I got the original. See, they be because they
The S10s are really popular. Body on frame platform. Very sharp shooter. Interior. Yeah, this guy's wearing a dolly. They got the tie straps. The 29 pickup.
Yeah.
I drove it.
85K. Not 85K, 185K.
Center console.
G-Body 442. I'd like to call this a Ferrari, but it's actually got a Ferrari engine. It's just got some handmade parts. This is Studebaker Lark. Very clean interior. Camaro SS Nova. Ford Victoria. Ford 55 Oldsmobile GS. Still got the beautiful motor in there. Two-door Bel Air. Datsun.
Look at that fucking video. I always wanted. I was so busy between three cars. Whiplash industries.
Pardon me.
Sorry. How you doing? Good. How are you?
Snorkels up front with the Ram Air. Says it's got the 350 motor on it. Model A. Chevy small block. Male Jeep. I don't know if there's a male Jeep. Clean all the way around. 34. Okay, bro. Pontiac with the 400. This guy's lifting. Look at him. Showing off them hydraulics. Good morning, Carlo. Oh, Toyota. There's another. Drop top, sit down. Check the luck. Mustang. No info, just says for sale on it. Black bear. Sale, doesn't have clean two-tone. Alright, so that's our trip to the Long Beach swap meet. We didn't buy anything. Long Beach is, I don't know what they're doing, who schedules this stuff. But they were doing it on Super Bowl Sunday. Now they're doing it on Easter Sunday. The shoppers showed up. The vendors did not. There was very few actual vendors. There were plenty of people here to buy stuff. So I didn't get to do any haggling. That was one of the things I wanted to talk about. Offering lower prices. I do know, being a vendor, that when I first started, no matter what price I put on the item, they were going to offer me half, even if that's exactly what I wanted for it. So what I started doing was marking up a little bit, especially these guys that do this all the time. They know they've got to make a profit, so they mark it up more. And their intent is to lower the price a little bit. They know they're going to sell it for less than they're asking for. That's the whole intent. They don't want you to just, oh, that's too much, and walk away. Even if you do offer half, at least that's a starting point where they can start negotiating. Oh, another thing that Matt at Iron Trap said was to wear good footwear. I have to completely agree with him. I just took my pedometer with me and I walked over 10 miles at the Long Beach swap meet, and that's one of the, I mean, it's an established event. I've oftentimes said I prefer coming to the Long Beach swap meet because you get more local vendors, guys trying to clean out their garage, guys that just they're trying to support their hot rod hobby. They have excess stuff. I oftentimes, when I'm finished with a project, I take all of my extra stuff to the swap meet. I sell at swap meets 4 or 5 times a year. Maybe about half the year. You never know.